Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all of the interwebs. I'm talking about you. This is Around the Blockchain. We come to you Monday through Friday at 5:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your favorite guests, talking about your favorite topics, and of course, all things crypto. Today is no exception. We have a long time no see, and we got a first timer, so it's going to be a pretty great episode. And we're going to start with Miss Gala verse herself, Crypto Wendy O, getting retweeted by the main thing into the Galaverse, pushing it. J-Chains and Brian Emery were just out there, so we're looking forward to hopefully hear some of this Gala Alpha. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And we also have Joel Comm. He just changed his profile pic to an AI overlord, but not Skynet. Just one of those what is it? AIFFA, ASM. I don't want to say
ASM. Yeah.
ASM. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I got one, but not one revealed. Yeah, I got to look into that. Also, long time no see, Jebb. You're under the weather. You're back now. Also, Thanksgiving. So everything's well.
I don't sound like Darth Vader anymore, and I'm very thankful for that.
Hey, the good thing about being sick right after Thanksgiving, you just lose all the Thanksgiving weight, So
That's true. I had a lot to lose. It was a big meal.
Yeah. All right. And we also have Ben Armstrong himself. He was playing Buckmaster in the metaverse over the weekend. The metaverse is called Reality. How was that? I believe you're muted.
It was very silent. You got to be real quiet when the deer are around. It was a fun time. Went up to Illinois with my family, with my grandpa and my uncle and my brother. Had a good time. It was fun. But I'm glad to be home in the studio, and I'm also glad that Jebb does not sound like Darth Vader anymore, because that wouldn't make sense because I am his father.
Okay, and
oh gosh,
okay, that was good. That was good. I was gonna shoehorn in another bad hunting metaphor, but we got to leave it at that. That was the good one. Real record. I'll admit it when that was a good one.
I would have hated for you to kill the stream. So,
man, he did it again. Twice in
the dad jokes.
All right. Well,
that was good.
Before we get into our topics, we're going to be talking about Bored Apes. We're going to be talking about Gala games, of course, and they just had the Time Person of the Year. We're going to discuss who was a snub. Before we get into that, it's everyone's favorite part of the show. It is the Market Watch. And it's not just because it's a pretty cool black and white plane. We all got to see what's going on because holy geez, what is going on with the crypto markets right now? Bitcoin down 6%, Ethereum down 8%, BNB down 7%, Solana on sale. Look at that. Solana at $150. I haven't seen $150 Solana in a long time. Cardano, what is this? This is December. What are you doing, Cardano? This is the wrong month. XRP taking back some of the gains they've had over the last couple of weeks. They were starting to bounce back from 70. Looks like it's pushing back down. I think it was all the way up to 84 cents. Sheep's down 10%. That one we don't mind too much, right? That almost seems normal. If we look, there are some winners. Oh my! When a stable coin is the number 2 coin on the top gainers, maybe that's a bad signal. But if you're holding that Ravane, it was under a penny and, it's over a penny right now. And, we're scared to see what's going to happen when we look at the top losers, but we're going to do it anyway. What are the top losers? Okay, not as bad as I was hoping or predicting there. Let's see, Decred down about 20%, Cadena down about 20%. A lot of things down in the double digits. I sold some wax. I didn't sell all my wax. Should have sold all my wax. Now, these markets, man, it's looking choppy out there. Ben Armstrong. You went out there, you existed in nature, you got away from the charts, you come back, the sky is falling. What are the markets telling you?
I never was free from the markets. I had service the whole time. So and it felt good over the weekend. It felt like things were turning around and picking back up. On Saturday, I said, I think this is going over 50K tomorrow, which would have been Sunday. And you know what it did? It went over 50K. And then you know what it did? It came right back down. The volume is looking extremely light. The retail trader and investor is not super interested right now. We're certainly not bringing new people in. I think this is the real problem is when you look at where the price of where Bitcoin is right now, it's low enough that it's making everybody sad, but it's not low enough to where people are like, maybe I want to come back into this market, or maybe it's a good buy point for me. I think if it gets, back in the 30s, people will start thinking that maybe, but then the downward momentum of the people that are upset and the panic sellers will probably push it down 40. I mean, I'm still standing by what we said earlier. If it goes below 40, then, we're going to start selling. If it gets below 40, we're going to start selling. Something I don't want to do. But, I think if it goes below 40, it's plunging all the way back to where we saw it in May, at least, if not much further. So I think it is one of these things where the market is not looking sexy right now at all. And look, you guys we can go by the, I'll just call it the pump method, where you talk about the price going to really, really high amounts, but you give no time frame, you give no reference for it. Bitcoin will probably go to $1 million. So if Bitcoin goes to $1 million right now, buy. Why would you not? But in the short term, is it going up or down? I think that's the more important question. And so down the road, yes, it's going to get to 100K. It's going to get to 200K. It's going to get to 500K. It's going to get to $1 million. Maybe 5 million. I don't think it'll get higher than that. But that's really an astoundingly high number. But definitely think it'll get to $1 million. So when you look at the price points, sure, if you're looking at the long term, just dollar cost average in for the rest of eternity, and you'll be fine. But in the short term, it certainly doesn't feel good where we're at right now. And the retail sentiment is very low. It's I don't like it.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. I mean, there's some people, they put out these macro assessments like, $1 million Bitcoin is kind of a famous thing, or $100,000 Ethereum, or $10 Cardano. Yeah, I mean, sure, maybe next bull runs from now. But, we like to do these assessments, the 3-month frame, the 6-month frame, a 1-month frame.
Yeah.
There's people who do really good jobs of telling you where Bitcoin is going 20 minutes from now. Watch a high, a leverage trader, and they'll say, they're watching it. We were watching a little crypto face this morning. Yeah, he's really good. But yeah, we like to put ourselves out there and say, this is where we think it's going to be in 6 months. And sometimes that puts us in the line of fire. Before we jump off this subject, Wendy, you were at Gala, the big Gala event. It was in Vegas. And I couldn't help but think of when I was in NFT NYC, no one was talking about the bear market. No one was talking about, Bitcoin crashes. All these NFTs most of them are going to go to zero. I certainly believe that, 99%, maybe 98%, they're probably going to fail, but 1 or 2%, they're going to be huge and, make up more than you could ever hope to gain with a coin with some of these projects. Was anybody at the Galaverse concerned about a bear market, concerned about Bitcoin, or is it, everyone's just drinking the gaming tea and just getting super excited?
I didn't even hear Bitcoin be brought up once. Well, I did yell at the Kings of Leon concert and I said, "And the Fed, buy Bitcoin." But that's another story for a different time. But mostly everybody at Galaverse was really excited about the Gala ecosystem because there's so many ways to play to earn, to make passive income, to make revenue by just gaming and participating in their ecosystem. And some of the partnerships that they announced, some of the things that they're going to be doing in 2022 is going to be absolutely revolutionary for the gaming community, for the blockchain community, for crypto, for NFTs, for everything. Also, to full disclosure, I do have a fat bag of Gala and I do own some boxes. But nobody was really too pressed about what's going on with Bitcoin. Gala was moving, obviously, because of all these announcements. But at the same time, these people are in it for the long term. And the project does have a lot of very, very solid things that they are building, and it actually works. And one of the cool things that they're going to do is integrate a market board. And what that means is you're going to be able to rent different NFTs out from different people. So you can go ahead and play and participate in the games, and it's going to help lower the barrier to entry. And once you have that aspect where almost anybody can participate in a blockchain game and earn passive income, that's when adoption is going to happen. And I think it's really cool.
All right, here's my hot prediction for that. Once we go to the Redbox model, oh yeah, you can rent your NFT. People are going to forget, right? They're going to rent that Rhino, and the next thing you know, they're going to be like, "Oh my God, I rented that Rhino for 17 days. What was I thinking?" That's just my 2 cents. We'll see. But let's get into the lightning round. So they just had Times Person of the Year. The winner was Elon Musk. Now they've said some nefarious figures. We're not going to get into it, but check the mid 40s, early 40s, maybe it was late 30s. You'll see some interesting people that they have chosen. Now I'm going to start with you, Joel. Joel, who do you think was Time Person's biggest snub of the year for Person of the Year?
Is Time Magazine still around? It's still relevant?
It's an online publication, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't care. It's to me, that's the same as People Magazine saying who the most handsome man of the world. It doesn't. It's meaningless. They snubbed me. There you go. That's who
okay, they snubbed you. All right. You know what though? With the was it the most handsome person? I'm sure George Clooney parlayed that into at least a phone number or two. Crypto Jebb, who was the snub of the year?
Oh man, I gotta be honest. I'm looking at this and I really don't care. I'm looking at the Time Magazine 100 most influential people in 2021, and I don't know who hardly any of these people are. And I don't think I have ever put any stock in Time Magazine's opinion on who the most important people of the year are, because I think, one, I think everybody is important because everybody is a human being, and second of all, I think that if we start, I think the problem with the world is that we treat everything like a popularity contest. So as far as who they snubbed, I think they snubbed a lot of people just because they aren't famous enough, to be honest with you. And that's literally millions of people. So that's my answer.
Everybody, the millions of people.
Yeah, they snubbed
Wendy,
everyone.
Wendy, who would you say they snubbed?
I didn't even know that they released that. And personally, I'm going to agree with everybody else on the panel. I literally do not care. I am so tired. I am so tired of mainstream media idolizing celebrities, idolizing people with wealth that do absolutely nothing to give back. Yeah, I'm sure Elon Musk does give back in different ways, shapes or form, whatever it is. But realistically, like, I want to support my community. I want to support like local communities, community organizations that are actually helping kids, that are doing good things, that are promoting positivity, that are helping the masses or helping like specific folks in the community. I'm tired of idolizing all these people who do not care about you. You guys, celebrities don't care about you. Actors don't care about you. These people, these billionaires, most of them don't care about you. So stop buying into it. Do something outside of that and give back. Idolize those people. Support. Don't idolize them, but support them.
Yeah, people who help out the community, not Grimes' baby daddy. Ben Armstrong, who do you think got snubbed?
I got to go with DZ.
Okay, I'll take
I was
that.
about to say the same thing. I think DZ got snubbed.
You know
I'm just saying.
I give up my spot.
I think he got
give
snubbed.
it to, I say Satoshi Nakamoto. I think that's just the easy answer.
That's a good call. That's true. Yeah.
You know?
Well, just some other people that came to mind. Ghislaine Maxwell, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that, but
should be the largest trial of the year.
She's
people
a woman,
don't speak about it.
Person of the year, right? It's not man of the year, right? It's person of the year.
Person of the year.
Also, some other. What about Richard Branson? He beat Elon Musk to space.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
He beat Elon Musk to space, beat Jeff Bezos to space. Now, Jeff Bezos did have a more interesting looking ride to space than some of the other people. But, I think ultimately, I would say probably, as much as I dislike him, like Elon Musk probably is the most influential person at this point. He's the richest official person in the world. Obviously, Sam Bankman-Fried was the number one on the CoinDesk list, which, is probably pretty accurate for crypto. Brian Armstrong, also my Uncle Brian, he's very influential. I mean, they took their company public this year. He's leading the way in crypto regulation right now, having backroom meetings with a lot of different people. So, I would say that. Those are people that come to mind for me.
Yeah, Vitalik has done a lot as well. I mean, if you look at Axie Infinity would not exist without Ethereum. But let's get into the first topic here: Bored Ape Game. Yes, we're talking about Bored Ape Yacht Club. We're just looking. The floor for those are 53 ETH. Ben got his Bored Ape less or more than 10 ETH cheaper than that. So just by buying, you've already made more than 10 ETH. So that was a pretty good play there. So yeah, it's one of the most high profile projects. You can't, hear about NFTs really without hearing about the Bored Apes. Adidas has one. Jimmy Fallon has one. Post Malone has one. DJ Khaled has one. All these people, they love their apes. They love their apes. Now, Joel, I see you're all into these NFTs here. You're making some pretty good plays. I was checking out some of the things you've been getting into. At 53 ETH, are the apes overpriced?
I'm going to say probably not, but you're not going to see me ape in on it. I think that it's overhyped.
Oh,
I don't know about overpriced. I think it's overhyped, but I do love seeing the partnership with Animoca. I think that is an incredible play. Yatsu, everything he touches seems to turn to gold, and Animoca is just sucking up all kinds of great properties. When we look back years from now, we're going to say, all right, Animoca is like the EA, or Epic of blockchain gaming, because he's just like every week it's another piece of news, and I don't think the dude sleeps. I messaged him last week about something, and he's moving so fast, and it's just his work ethic He won't slow down. So I think that, you know, them moving on to Animoca with the Bored Apes is going to be a big deal.
Yeah, on that partnership, they teamed up with the Animoca brands. Some of you may not be aware of who is Animoca. What have they done? They're the publisher for Sandbox games. They also invested in Dapper Labs, which did NBA Top Shots, Axie Infinity. They invested in Axie Infinity. So Animoca brand definitely has like a winning track record. So teaming up with the Bored Apes, I mean, this does seem, you know, somewhat of a bullish signal. It's getting pretty big. Now, the utility is going to grow, you know, and they're trying to get this into a gigantic gaming company. Joel kind of, you know, brought it up. They're going to be the EA. Now, Jebb, will Animoca, you know, with Web3 getting so prevalent, getting so popular, so buzzworthy right now, can Animoca actually beat EA, beat Epic Games, beat Activision? Can they actually beat these games at their own game?
I don't know, but I think the thing that you got to realize in gaming, and just by the way, so you guys know, the reason that I don't do more gaming content is because for a long time I was like addicted to video games, so I stepped out of that realm. So the reason that I don't do more in the NFT gaming space is that reason. But what I can tell you is this: I think that the vast majority, I think that the biggest disruptor to the gaming sector that we are seeing this decade is blockchain. And I think it's just begun. I think it's just started this year. And the reason that that's so important is because video games have really plateaued. We've seen the exact same game made every single year for the last 15 years. The age of innovative new types of games. I mean, for a long time, you had card games, you had MOBAs coming out, you had RTSs coming out, you had sandbox games. There were so many new types of games. I think the gaming ecosystem is ripe for disruption. And a lot of these companies, EA, Activision, Ubisoft, all of these different companies that you've talked about, a lot of them have really plateaued. Epic Games is another one. I think they've done the same thing. They're milking, what was it, like $3 billion a year in revenue out of Fortnite. I think these companies are going to have a lot of disruption. I can't tell you if that company is the one that's going to do it, but some company in the cryptocurrency ecosystem or some project in the ecosystem is absolutely going to cause a massive amount of disruption.
All right,
and if you pick the right one, you're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Now, Wendy, on that, you know, they're disrupting the whole industry here. Animoca, they're making lots of moves. You know, Axie Infinity is a huge thing. So Animoca has this track record of success. But what do you think is going to be the secret sauce for this game? What's going to get people more excited about this? Is the secret sauce Animoca brands, or is it Bored Ape Yacht Club name?
I think it's going to be a combination of both, because we have to remember Bored Ape Yacht Club really exists in crypto, and it does exist in some art communities because they talk about it. And, you know, when people look up NFTs, they're going to see Bored Ape Yacht Club. So that's great. But at the same time, like the masses, like if I was to go ask my next door neighbor if she knew what Bored Ape Yacht Club was, she would say no. If I was to go to the boxing gym, the community center, and ask them, do you guys know what Bored Ape Yacht Club? No. So I feel like it's going to be a combination of both. And I feel like the partnership was very strategic for Bored Ape Yacht Club to kind of get more eyes and to kind of rein in adoption. And I just want to kind of mention adoption really quick. I think we will see full adoption, not full adoption, but I think we're going to see very, very strong adoption in the next 5 to 10 years. And then the next generation will be fully adopted.
All right. Well, this last point, you know, I'm going to ask you, Ben, you're not arguably, by followers, you know, you're definitely the most famous person here. I remember when you, me, and Justin Williams, you know, we were talking about Bored Apes, you know, you were kind of like, let's do it. Let's pull the trigger. Boom, we did it. And it was right after the Jimmy Fallon thing. So we got Jimmy Fallon, we got Post Malone. We have all these celebrities just, you know, very recently are coming out and saying, hey, I love Bored Ape Yacht Club. Would you consider celebrities a top signal in this case, though?
No, you know, that's definitely an interesting question. Usually celebrities do tend, no, I don't. And the reason why, we oftentimes equate celebrities coming in as a top signal, but, you know, Paris Hilton coming into NFTs 8 months ago, that was not a top symbol, a top signal. Look at Gary Vee coming in NFTs. That was not a top signal. The fact is whatever time frame you're at in a cycle, people are going to point to the things around that time and say, oh, should have known. We should have known. But it's not actually true. I mean, there's a ton of celebrities. Look, Kings of Leon made their album as an NFT, I think, a year ago. Okay. They were at Gala Games or the Gala Games or Gala Games. I don't know how to pronounce it. The Gala Games, conference as well. So you look at a lot of different celebrities that have came in. I mean, look, Jake Paul did his fight with what's the guy's name? Ben Askren, and they did NFTs. That was back in, I think, March. Not a top signal, you know? So I think that whatever time frame you're in, people are going to point and say, oh, see, Post Malone got in, should have known. So I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, I think that really this is the start of an evolution to where we really are, like, I feel FOMO about a CryptoPunk. I did not think I would ever feel FOMO about a CryptoPunk. Even 6 months ago, I thought that would have been pretty silly. But now I feel pressure. Like, Crypto's got 3 of them. Carl's got 1 of them. Steph Curry's got 1. All these people have, CryptoPunks. And I'm feeling FOMO. Like, I want one.
Yeah.
Like, I want to flex a CryptoPunk.
Now, I remember it wasn't Jimmy Fallon giving you FOMO. It was your peers. And you're like, God dang it. Carl has, I got to get one now. So, yeah. I mean, now that I'm thinking back, yeah.
So.
All right.
So
now,
maybe
Joel,
that FOMO, maybe that FOMO is, the FOMO is more of a top signal, I would say, than any person that comes in and buys one.
Now, Joel, I saw you doing the thumbs down when he mentioned Kings of Leon. Do you just not care for Kings of Leon?
It was
that or their album was bad?
No, I don't. The music I'm sure was fine.
I'm just kidding.
Whoever was helping them with it, it was just a pure money grab. They weren't going for the fans. I really have a problem when celebrities just do high price NFTs that just serve the whales. They don't understand that. They might think that what they're producing is cool, but they're just alienating the masses, which are the fans that support them. Stop serving just the whales. If you're going to make something, mass market it in a way where they can still be one of ones, but that you're going to make it priced reasonably so that people who buy your albums can afford it. To get involved. So I was really disappointed, and I thought whoever's advising them advised them poorly. And of course, the value of the NFTs today reveals that that's actually the truth.
Yeah, because we're fans. You can't always just use somebody. Now, last question I'm gonna ask everybody here. Joel, in 2 years, what is worth more ETH, CryptoPunks or Bored Apes?
I would have to say CryptoPunks. They are the original blue chip. There's only 2 blue chips right now in NFTs. People talk about, cool cats and pudgy penguins like they're not. You haven't been around long enough to be a blue chip. CryptoPunks are the OG. They're blue chips. And even though Bored Apes is probably less than a year still, it's pushed so hard that it's forced its way into blue chip. CryptoPunks, though, is always going to be the OG, and it's going to be here to stay.
And for full reference, there's about a 20 ETH difference. It's like 52 to 72 or 53 to 73. Crypto Jebb in 2 years, Punk or Ape?
I think it's got to be Punk. I was on Debate Crypto's show about 2 hours ago, and I told them that they asked me the same thing, except they asked me about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I said Bitcoin has the unique advantage that it was #1. And just what Joel just said, CryptoPunks were the first, or Punks were the first, and they always will be the first. And that is, that is worth its weight in 100 Ethereum, I guess you could say, in the 21st century equivalent of that phrase.
Yeah. Wendy, Punks or Apes?
It'll probably be CryptoPunks, which is actually I'm not happy about because I feel like it's kind of lame because the punk rock community, that's where I come from. But anyways, it's going to be the CryptoPunks. Also, to you guys, please make sure to smash the like. It is free to smash the like button.
Yeah.
Hit that like button.
If you want the markets to pump, you need to smash that like.
Yeah, if you wanted to turn around, hit that like button right now. Now, Ben, you don't have a punk, but you do have an ape. What do you think is worth more in 2 years?
Oh, the CryptoPunks for sure. They'll just continue to get higher and higher. Look, I definitely would love to pump my own, Bored Ape here and say Bored Apes are going to be $1 gazillion, but it's just not the truth. But they will. I really agree with Joel. These are the 2 blue chippers out there. And look, time is really not super indicative of what is a blue chip, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. But, you do have some things that stand the test of time, and the CryptoPunks have. The Bored Apes, the community is just so strong, so big. It's going to be around for a while. I would say right underneath them, look for the Mutant Apes. That's definitely one that I think will probably be around the Solana competitor and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what I would go with. I would definitely say CryptoPunk. But I know Joel said that they've been around the longest, but were CryptoKitties not out before CryptoPunks?
No, CryptoPunks were first. Kitties were 2017. I think Punks were 2016.
What about
but they're
Kira?
actually not even. They're not even the
Kitties.
first.
It's Kitties. Kitties
Really?
is first. CryptoPunks is the first generative profile pick or generative avatar drop. So it's the first generative 10,000 drop.
But
Kinda
there was
led the way.
another one before them, the Curio cards.
That's
were
a
even
Yeah.
before.
that's first, and there's actually more generative.
What were the
art
curio
first.
cards?
I have one. I don't know what they
It's
are.
a set
I
of
had one.
art on cards that
Yeah.
they
Does
released
anybody-
multiple copies of them.
That's it exactly. Imagine art, and then
anybody
on the corners
remember-
a 2 or a 3 or 4 or whatever.
Does anybody remember the crypto Twitter influencer cards NFTs?
Oh,
Vaguely.
Do you remember
yeah.
those, Wendy?
Vaguely.
Do you remember the
Didn't they
crypto
exit
all
scam?
stars? No,
Didn't they
no.
exit scam or
Actually, what
something?
happened? No, they did not exit scam. They sold it to some company, and the company immediately they paid like I can't remember how much it was for, like $100,000 or something. The company that bought it actually immediately shut it down and said this was the dumbest idea in the history of mankind. Nobody wants these cards. All the people involved with them are stupid. It was somebody that just flexed how much money they had to shut it down. Very interesting. Like that was very early crypto Twitter days.
All right.
I'll
Well,
keep
we're
my mouth
running.
shut about that.
Or go ahead,
I want
Joel,
to
real
issue
quick.
a correction here. I just looked this up, and CryptoPunks was in summer of 2017. CryptoKitties came out in October of 2017. So Punks definitely preceded the cats.
Yeah, but yeah, Curio's ahead of that, and yeah, there's a bunch. Well, let's get to this last topic. People want to know how to make money with Gala games. They just had a big Galaverse. That's how I'm saying it. Last weekend, Wendy was there. You heard who was there. They got Kings of Leon. I heard Snoop was going to be there. Who's some of the Maroon 5,
Maroon
Billy
5,
Joel,
Billy Idol, Stone
Huge
Temple.
thing.
No, not Billy Joel. Oh my god. Oh my
Billy
god.
Idol.
Oh my god.
Billy. Look,
Billy
all the Billies are
Idol,
the same. Billy Goat. There's some Billy Madison.
Alice freaking Cooper. Alice freaking Cooper. Okay. I
Yeah.
was like
I know
the front
she is
row the whole
great.
entire time.
I love her.
Yeah, he bit the head
Who?
off an NFT. So, well,
it
Wendy,
No, that was
Alice
Ozzy
Cooper?
Osbourne.
She sounds
Oh
cute.
my
Oh,
god.
no.
Wendy,
Oh
Ozzy.
my
Wendy,
god.
what
Yeah.
that was?
He
What
didn't.
was your takeaway from Gala? I know you said everyone's just kind of vibing, everyone's having a good time with games. I mean, was it just Hopium City? Like, speak as an honest, crypto veteran. Was it Hopium City, or is it, like people really ready for this next level?
Dude, there's so many different ways you can actually earn like passive income in Gala, like in their ecosystem. They have so many different games. They have like NFTs, like things are like fully functional. There's a couple things that they are working on. There's brand new partnerships, but there's so many fully functional things. Like if you play Town Star right now, if you get your little town and stuff set up, I know people that are making like $100, like at the lower end, they're making like $100 a day just by playing Town Star. There was one guy, he's making $40,000 a day playing Town Star, 40K. By just playing for like an hour or whatever it is. It is absolutely wild. You can run a node. And again, you guys, I do have a big bag of Gala and I'm very invested in it. And I had such a good experience at the conference and just all the things that they're building, the partnerships. It makes me so happy to be a holder with my moon bag.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot of things. They got a lot of games. They actually had a strategy I
Walking
found
Dead
interesting.
partnership.
Yeah, well, what I found interesting is just to buy these existing games. Oh, you're a game and you're 90% done. Well, let's just go ahead and just buy your game outright. Let's incorporate some blockchain on this final stretch. And then, versus trying to make a game that might take 3 years. Now, Jebb, you used to have a gaming addiction is what I heard. In fact, I saw you posting on one of those gaming addiction forums. I was in there with you with talking about
You
Magic
did
the Gathering.
not. I never said that.
But you love gaming. It took a large
I was
portion
hosting
of your
a forum.
life. Is gaming bubble proof in a sense?
Oh, well, I mean, my inclination was to say yes to that, but nothing's bubble proof. But one thing that is bubble proof is the fact that humans will always want entertainment. And what we found in the last 50 years, ever since the days of, Pac-Man and Space Invaders, is that people like to play video games, and they are very, very entertaining. And the reason that I stopped playing video games, and I deleted my Steam account about 3 months ago, I actually did that. I had like 5,000-6,000 hours on there. I played all kinds of games. We can go into that later. But the reason I did that was because I found more satisfaction, and this is one of the things that actually scares me a lot. I found more satisfaction out of playing a video game than I did out of running my company. And so my duties as the CEO of my company were falling by the wayside because anytime I had free time, I would actively choose to do that. So that's beside the point. Is it bubble proof? I think that the idea of gaming is bubble proof. I think the idea of, I'm trying to be very careful with how I answer that. I think the idea of gaming is bubble proof. I think the idea of blockchain being used for gaming is, I won't say bubble proof, but close to it. I don't, however, think that any individual project is, because as successful as Gala Games has been, and as successful as some of these games look, and as much as I look at their website and I say, man, I really want to play all of those, we also have to realize that we're very early on in this, and there are going to be competitors. And, you know, Yahoo isn't #1 anymore. eBay isn't the #1 e-commerce platform anymore. You know, what am I trying to think of? Before Facebook, why am I not thinking of it? Whatever the
MySpace.
Thank you, MySpace. MySpace isn't #1 anymore. So I just want to pump the brakes on anybody that thinks that this is going to be like the be all end all. But I think the idea of blockchain gaming at least is close to bubble proof.
It's funny you talk about losing interest. I actually used to be a professional gamer. I was a full-time Twitch streamer. I was on the esports team. Shout out to ICE, not the Integration Customs people. But I lost interest in gaming with crypto. And would, you know, basically, I'm not kidding. I would want to watch Ben's videos, Crypto Capital Venture, Crypto Phase. Like, I basically had like my whole list
Crypto
of
Wendy
people.
O.
Crypto Wendy O, of course. So I had my whole
Crypto
list
Jebb.
of people that was basically, I wanted to end my Twitch stream early so I could watch crypto YouTube content. So I relate,
so
but in the opposite direction. Now, Joel, 2022, you know, we got this whole big wide open year ahead of us. Gala at one point, you know, I was like, it was 3 cents not that long ago. Right now it's about half a dollar. Is there anything on the horizon that has you excited? Like, hey, maybe this is, you know, undervalued gem that could blow up later?
I've been watching Gala and had it since under 2 cents. So I've got a bag. I also, right now, I've got a laptop sitting down there next to me that it just runs and plays Townstar and makes about $250 a day. I've spent about 5 minutes.
2 points on that.
As it does it. But it's Gala, it's Animoca in all their brands, it's Splinterlands, it's soon to be Star Atlas. You know, in 2021, this was the year of the NFT. The beginning of the early adoption hype cycle on the technology curve. And at the beginning of the early adoption tech cycle is where the media starts blasting out all the sensational stories. And then people start paying attention. 2022 is the year of play to earn gaming. And next year, the media is going to come out and sensationalize these young people, especially that are making more than their parents. In fact, my prediction is this: in 2022, we're going to see more sub 20-year-old millionaires made than ever before in history. This thing is just getting started. 2023, by the way, year of the metaverse.
All right. Now, Ben, final question here. You know, we're all pretty clear with your thoughts on gaming. You used to love some Madden, you know, maybe not so much time anymore. But, you know, we're talking about gaming as a job. Would you be comfortable, say your kid, you know, you have 3 wonderful children, say they're hitting that age where, you know, they could be working part-time, they're 15, 16, maybe 17, got a little extra time. Would you be comfortable if your kids wanted to be a professional video game player?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think my kids will ever work a regular 9-to-5 job. I'm pretty confident in that. And that's not because I'm just going to hand them money. It's because, you know, I've discovered a blueprint on how to run your own business and your own influence. And, you know, they all want to, at this point, all 3 of my kids, they want to make YouTube videos and they want to, you know, play sports. Maybe that's what they want to pursue. Maybe they want to go to college and play sports. And if that's what they want to do, I'll support them in that. But, you know, at this point, it sounds silly to send my kid to McDonald's to work for $8 or $9 an hour or $15 an hour, whatever it will be. By the time, you know, that was my first job. I worked at McDonald's for a year, right around the corner here from where our studio is. I worked there for a year when I was 15, and I got a lot out of it. But, you know, there's a lot of work ethic. There's more work ethic that I believe that can be created by doing your own thing than necessarily having to go and work a job for somebody else that you may not necessarily want to do. So I think for me, encouraging my kids to be influencer, the number 1 and number 2 jobs that kids want are YouTuber and influencer. Athlete is like number 8. Rapper is somewhere up there too, I think. So for me, I think, you know, having my kids, if they want to be gamers, like, yeah, be a professional gamer, but have your own channel, build your brand through that as well. That's going to be a lot better than, you know, just, you know, wanting to go play for a sports, an esports team. But I announced this morning, we're getting ready to do our own professional esports team. So,
all right.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that.
You know, I'm
Great
no
direction.
longer on a team. You know, I literally did quit my team to work for Ben. So,
Yeah.
you know, maybe this maybe I have to like get a new gaming jersey or something. We'll put a Bitcoin on it. Well, that's all we got time for. It looks like Jebb came back. He was on vacation, and that's what he needed to steal the thunder from everybody else. Jebb, you go ahead. You got 30 seconds. Leave us some parting thoughts.
Well, first of all, I want to shout out Joel. It was good to meet you, man. And I totally agree with your prediction. I think next year is the year of blockchain gaming, and the year after that, probably going to be the year of the metaverse. But I want to add to it, I think that this decade is the decade of entrepreneurship, and people are realizing that they can make money online through playing games online, and they can make money through trading NFTs and cryptocurrency. So I would encourage anybody watching this, realize that what underpins this is entrepreneurship. If you're in this space, you are an entrepreneur. And I'll tell you, as one, and so can everybody on this panel, it's the greatest journey that you will ever be on. So consider becoming one.
All right. Fantastic advice right there. And less than 24 hours left to mint v2.plutoalliance.com. Go get you an alien. Maybe you get a black hole. That is all we got time for. And until next time, easy out.